Oh man.
Then
You know,
no.
you know who's saying something similar to that though right now? Someone saying similar to that is the Titanfall fan base, okay? Because EA keeps selling them, they're like, hey, Apex stuff is happening. And then Titanfall fans are like, is Titanfall gonna be there? And then EA's like, who? Who? Who are you talking about now? What's
It's
going on?
it's genuinely cute that Apex started out as like a Titanfall thing, and it's like
It's a
I'm sure
Titanfall
there are
spinoff.
dorks that will get mad and be like, "It is part," but like, come on, guys, like
It
it's
started off as a Titanfall spinoff and now has become its own brand that Titanfall is a part of.
yeah.
Uh,
Now Titanfall's just like Titanfall's now the side piece of that franchise.
exactly. Uh, we got the news this week, or at least a report from Bloomberg that EA has canceled an unannounced single player Titanfall game. Sorry to all the Titanfall fans. According to Bloomberg, uh, the single player game, of course, it was set in the universe that Titanfall and Apex Legends share. It was codenamed Titanfall Legends. That was a code name. Whether or not that was going to be the
God,
full name, who knows? But that was the code name for it. I wonder how they thought of that. And it was a team of 50 people, and they will either be moved to other positions in the company or laid off and given severance packages. Um, where do you fall on Titanfall? Did you play any of the Titanfall games?
oh, I love two fucking rules.
I liked two. I didn't play one. That was online only. I didn't have an Xbox at the time. I played two though when it was
Same.
on PS Plus a couple years ago.
Oh,
And
I
I was
bought
like,
it launch day or well launch week.
gotcha. No, I played it on PS Plus and I was like, this is cool. I didn't see greatest single player FPS of all time campaign status, but I was like, this is fun. And I
I was
I
close to it.
I enjoyed the effect and cause level, the time level and all like that. I was like, that's dope. It's cool. But I wasn't like on that best of all time status that many people were on. But I enjoyed the campaign well enough.
I do think there's something to that effect, right? Of you came in after all of the effusive praise, whereas for me, it's like getting it got like just to paraphrase, if you weren't there, it got absolutely raw dogged by EA. Like it got sent out to die.
Well, that
It
was
was
Respawn's decision. That was their decision to release it when they did.
listen, man. Okay, but sometimes as a publisher, you need to
You
go,
gotta
hey
step in.
guys, um, you're getting fucked if you release this
You
right
sure
now.
you want
Like
to release this between
we're making an
Battlefield and Call of
executive
Duty?
decision. We're making an executive decision for all of us to make more money by putting this out either a few weeks or releasing it before then, if possible. But it's all these games coming out, like just not even just Battlefield, but also like other stuff's coming out. It's the fall window, and just like playing it and being like, okay, it's pretty good, pretty good. And then it was just like, is this an all timer? And it was like, hell yeah, it is. Like, oh man, just I remember having that feeling of like, I can't be the only one thinking this shit rules. And then sure enough, being vindicated, like there was like there were dozens of us at first. And then eventually it became just this growing over the years. People are like, holy shit, Titanfall 2. And it's like, yeah, Titanfall
Yeah.
2.
I've always loved the movement and the gameplay. The gameplay is always great. I just didn't see I was like, I don't see
It's the time level. The
yeah,
time level, like
like
injected into my veins.
past that level, like before and after the level, I was like, I don't see it, but that level was like it's top notch, top tier, first person campaign shooter level of all time. Uh, so how do you feel about Titanfall essentially being sidelined by Apex, and all these years since?
It's fine. When everything happened to Titanfall 2, I was like, it's done, guys. Like
It is what it
it's been
is.
a wrap. I I think the most depressing part of this whole decision is just that it was literally like a group of people there just at Respawn like, hey, can we please make another Titanfall game? We'll even like we'll connect it to Apex, like we'll make it a big push to connect the lore and blah blah blah. And EA was like, yeah, sure, that'll make some money. And then they just came back and they were like, sorry guys, we don't have the funds for that. And it's just like those poor, like they probably wanted to do anything other than Apex updates. And they were just like, we started with this universe we like, we think it's super cool, it's super well received, we just want to make another game. And they were just like, sorry. And it's like,
I
oh
imagine the
man.
devs were. Imagine devs were like, okay, like you don't want Titanfall in the name. Fine. We'll call the game Apex Legends Titans Rising. Okay, please just let us do
They were just like
something.
anything.
Anything, please, please. But no, instead, more Apex Legends. And I mean, like, I'm not the world's biggest Titanfall fan. I'm nothing against it, but I would love to see a third one. And it has been a shame, as a outsider looking at the Titanfall community, just seeing them like every time there's a glimmer of hope that something Titanfall related will end up in Apex Legends or that there will be a Titanfall 3. Seeing that glimmer of hope appear, and it was like, more, more, it's coming, it's coming. And then it's just like taken away from them. They're like, no, no.
I mean, yeah, if there's people, just Titanfall fans out there getting their hopes up, why? Like,
yeah, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. But like, do you think that it's gonna happen? That like a single player Titanfall game will happen at some point? Because I mean, Respawn has said that they hold the Titanfall IP near and dear. They haven't given up on it. They want to do some more with it.
Yeah, it'll happen in 20 years when EA can cash in on nostalgia. That's how this works. I'm not like, I don't know. Nothing has vindicated my cynicalness like quite like the video game industry. Like 100% one will happen. Don't even think about it for another decade, guys. Just strap in. Like, just pretend like it's not happening. And even then, it's not for sure. It's will the math work out that they can sell off that nostalgia? You better hope the Titanfall 2 keeps gaining its cult status, because that just means more and more nostalgia to cash in on, and more of that, like, they want that, they want that Shenmue pop, but like ultimately, was that financially worth it? We don't know. So that's one of those factors. Just strap in. It's a long time. If you're new here, like people older than me, I don't know how you guys have that are still optimistic. I don't know how you do it. Personally, I'm just like, well, if something doesn't sell 1 billion copies, it's not happening, guys.
How much do you want to bet that Titanfall 1 and 2 get a remaster on the next generation of consoles before Titanfall 3 happens?
I would say that'd be like the setup for interest, right? A lot of they do that a lot, so I would not be shocked.
They do, but
I don't know if it's one though. It might just be 2. I wouldn't be surprised if they retcon how they pronounce Titanfall 2, because I bet a lot of people didn't play it because nobody played Titanfall 1.
Fair. Or better yet, instead of remaster, just reboot, and it's just
exactly
Titanfall something.
Reboot it and just make it Titanfall. Or not like need Titanfall, but make the story Titanfall 2. Just like remaster Titanfall 2 essentially, and make that Titanfall 1 new canon. You know what I mean? Because Titanfall 1 seems like there was basically no story. Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. Titanfall 2 looked so rad, or not Titanfall 2. Titanfall 1 looked so fucking rad though when it first got announced. Like,
for
I remember wanting an Xbox One because of Titanfall. I was like, yeah. But then financially couldn't afford it. Barely got my PS4, and it was just like, it's one of those things where like if you get hyped like me, you're so excited for something, then the second it comes out, you're just like, yeah, I guess we will live if we don't play that.
That was me. I was like, when it got announced, I was like, oh, this seems super cool. I'm not getting an Xbox One. I want a PS4, but man, this looks super cool. Hopefully I can play it one day. And then Titanfall 2 got announced. I was like, this is super cool. I'll finally be able to play Titanfall. I didn't play it until like 2020, I think, when it came to PS Plus. And then I was like, awesome, finally played it. This is great. And I never touched it again after that. But I mean, hey, I enjoy Titanfall. Titanfall's cool. It's an awesome concept. I love the gameplay, the movement and all. It's super cool. And it's an IP that like, it deserves to live. It deserves its own spotlight. It doesn't deserve to be the IP that gave birth to Apex Legends. It is now playing second fiddle to Apex Legends. It doesn't deserve that. It deserves better.
Well, that's the video game industry sometimes.
I couldn't have said it any better myself. And the video game industry just loves to screw us all over. Players, developers, press, it just says, oh yeah, you like your job? You like what you're doing? We're going to screw you. We're going to screw you because no, we don't want you to, be enjoying this thing. You don't get to enjoy the video game industry.